Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. It's Heather with HB Ministries. HB Ministries came about, first of all, my initials are Heather Baxter, but the other reason is because I have a passion for everyone that's holy and broken. And we're all holy and broken in this world, and God is doing incredible things in our lives. So this is first and foremost a faith channel, but you'll find all kinds of things mixed in it. So today, the reason why I'm going to be doing this topic today, which is going to be 20 things about me, is because I'll get inbox messages either on Facebook or mainly my Instagram stories. If you don't follow me on Instagram, follow me over there because that's where I'll do my stories all through the day and all through the week, and everything kind of, ties together on whatever I'm teaching or whatever devotion I'm doing. All my devotions daily are on my Instagram stories, so that's the place to go. So a lot of times I'll get messages through Instagram or Facebook or whatever, just random questions about my life, my work, and I thought, you know what, I'm just going to do a 20 things about me. They're all gonna kind of come together, and that way I can always just push and say, hey, check this video out. It's all there, because if I answer one question the other way, you're really going to want to know, well, what happened over here? Why'd you leave college? And when you had a degree, and what's this? And so these 20 questions are all about me, but it's kind of my testimony, but not my testimony. I'm actually going to do another video on my testimony. Does that make sense? Okay, I'm going to stop rambling because I can talk a lot. So let's just go ahead. 20 things about me. I kind of put this one in order because I want my testimony video to be kind of linked to this. And if you have the 20 things about me and you kind of get that, then the testimony video is even going to make more sense. And my testimony video is really how I came to Christ, how I came to a relationship with Jesus Christ. So let's get started. Here we go. Number 1. I was born and raised in Michigan. Woohoo! Okay, real boring, right? So my friends that follow me that aren't from Michigan, Michigan is awesome. We get 4 seasons, and I love 4 seasons. You want to know why I love 4 seasons? Because I'm a seasonal decorator. So 4 seasons are awesome. Number 2, I was a figure skater. I started figure skating at a very, very young age. So yes, I did ice shows, private lessons. I was the girl up at 4:30 in the morning with my dad for my private lessons. I was really going after it, like big time. Would have my dresses all made, and so I have a heart for watching the Olympics. I have a heart for watching figure skaters, and it was a passion of mine. But number 3 brings me to, I quit figure skating in high school because I just wanted to live a normal life. And my passion was there, but not really, because I wanted to be a cheerleader. So I started cheerleading. I went to Mercy High School, so it was a private Catholic school, and I started cheerleading there, and I liked it, but not that much, because I will be honest about this. I always had big muscular legs. It's just always been my thing. Anybody that knows me. I don't like it, okay? I just was like, ugh. So cheerleading, they looked better ice skating because, there's just some power in those legs when I figure skated. But as a cheerleader, I'd like all sticks around me. So I felt like I always hated my legs cheerleading. That's just the truth. I'm just being honest. But I cheerleaded, and I was really self-conscious about that one thing. You can ask anybody that knows me. I still am to this day, because people will always say, oh my gosh, how much can you bench? Listen, I just have big legs, y'all, okay? Anyway, number 4. I went to CMU, and I studied Certified Therapeutic Recreational Specialist. So CTRS is the short for it. I have a minor in psychology. What I did was a lot of Special Olympics at Central Michigan University, and then I had a passion for disabled people, mainly the mentally ill. And so I ended up studying everything in psychology, and that'll bring us in a little bit to, in further questions, where I worked and what I did. But that was my degree. So I could work in nursing homes, I could work in psych wards, I could work with the children, I could work with developmentally disabled. I just had a range of areas I could go, but I really, really, really loved the mentally ill, and I especially had a passion for women. And this was at a very young age, just women that were struggling. So hold on to that, the rest will connect. Number 5, I met my husband at Central Michigan University my junior year, and I met him at a place called Wayside. It was oldies night, and Brown Eyed Girl was playing. We danced, we hung out, and we were inseparable from that day. Honesty. And the funny thing is he never even went to Central. Sidebar. He was a local. He was a country boy. He lived up there. His whole family did. And love his family, and so we still go back to Central to this day. Number 6 is a funny story about how I met my mother-in-law. It was a very funny story. So I had a Jeep in college, and we went four-wheeling one night. Took the doors out and everything, so we got extremely muddy. Jeep broke down. My husband's father-in-law came out, no, my husband's father, I'm sorry, came out to get us and obviously pull us out of the mud. It was late. They towed us back to my husband's house, which is not far from Central Michigan. So I ended up staying on the couch there. My husband, said, here's a towel, go wipe off. I literally had mud all over me. I had like Daisy Dukes in the time, and I remember I was wearing a bodysuit. Remember the bodysuits that were in back then? So it was like a red and white checkered bodysuit. And anyway, I didn't even want to ruin, I call her grandma now because she is my grandma, but I didn't want to ruin my mother-in-law's towels. And so I was really careful about wiping up and getting rid of, all my muddy things from four-wheeling. And long story short, I fell asleep on the couch, and I got up to his sweet grandma and grandpa knocking on the door because they bring banana bread over in the morning. That's what they do. They have banana bread. And I was the first one up to open the door. And mind you, I don't even want to tell you what I look like. I still had mud on my legs, mud on my face. I'm like, hi. They're like, hi, who are you? And then grandma got up, and I introduced myself to grandma, all while my boyfriend was sleeping in his bed. So that's how I met my in-laws, and we still laugh about it today. Funny story. Number 7, yes, I moved in before I was married. He came back down here and worked with my dad for the company, and we moved in. We lived in Westland in the Landings apartment, and we moved in together. We got married shortly after that. To tell my children any wisdom, I'd say, don't live together before you're married. And my mother-in-law told us that too, but did I listen? No. Anyway, I did. I moved in before married. Number 8, but wait, sidebar. I need to tell you, I was not saved, meaning I did not cross the line of faith, had no relationship with Jesus, so pursuing what was right wasn't really on my mind at the time. So, number 8. I worked at Detroit Psychiatric Institution. Yes, really crazy, cool place. And it looks like a place that would literally be in the movies. I would get off the elevator, and it was like 3 locked doors that would open. I had like a huge set of keys. Everything was locked. The patients were all very bizarre, from schizophrenia to depression, suicide, bipolar, but probably more schizophrenia due to street drugs and stuff like that. So it was intense. I loved it. Loved every bit of it. I love studying the human mind. I found it to be really interesting. Again, had no relationship with Christ at that time, but love studying people. Number 9. I was married as of 2018. I've been married for 22 years. And it's been good. It's been, we've had our days, but that's because we're growing. We're growing and stretching. And when you stretch, it can be painful sometimes, but it's good. Good. I have 3 kids. I have one in the Navy. He just turned 21. He's in Gordon, Connecticut right now. He's doing submarine work. I have a daughter who just graduated. We just had a huge graduation party here. She is off to Hope College. I'm so excited about that. So I have that going on. We'll be moving her out in August. And then I'm left with my baby. And her name is Olivia, and she is a sophomore, and she is so hip and fun. I love her. So we're gonna have fun. I have one left, and we'll live it up. And number 11. I quit work. I quit my degree job as a therapist in Detroit Psychiatric Institution when my son was 2 years old. I literally just quit and focused on raising him. Had a hard time putting him in daycare. My husband was doing really well. And I just thought, at this time, I just want to be a mama. I want to be a mama. I want to be a wife. So I nannied a little young friend of Benjamin's that was in the daycare at the time. I kind of like said, hey, can I watch your son? Ends up today that is my best friend, and it ends up that her brother is the one that ordained me. So God was in the work of all of that. So we'll hear that in my testimony, but that's just kind of a cool story. I also went back to school after a few years of being home and having my second child. I went back to school. We'll talk about that later. You'll hear more about that in my testimony, but I will give you a sidebar of what I went back to school for. I went into ministry. My love for people. I found the Lord in the midst of me quitting the job and going back to school. That will all be in my testimony. It's very powerful on what woke me up to decide to just change my life around. And when I decided to change my life around, I realized what half of the women that I worked with in the psych ward were dealing with, and it's either spiritual or physical. Or yes, we can have some things that are just, we need a little help with medication. But honestly, there's so much spiritual warfare out there, and I began to realize that because I felt it in my own life. And God fixed so much of that. And so now my passion with my psych minor and just my love for people, I decided to go to school, and I went to Liberty University and I did online studies for that. So that happened for like 3 years. So that's just a little bit about me, but more about that in my testimony. Number 12. What was I doing the whole time that I was an at-home mom? A lot of people will think, were you bored? Was it hard? Because at that point I had my son. I had my son's friend that I watched, which still today, he's like my son, and he's almost 22, and we're just all best friends. And then I had my daughter, and then I had my baby, my newborn. So I had 4 kids. And yes, I handled it. I had a nanny full-time with me, whom I met in our church. So she hung out with me, and the whole time I was working on my relationship with God. I got really involved in my church home. I was studying and teaching, studying and teaching, studying and teaching. Literally, I was young, but I felt like God anointed me to do that, and it was such a passion. So I loved teaching. I found out that my gift was teaching and speaking at a young age. I love to read books. I do not like fiction. I don't like mystery. I like any type of book that's teaching me something, that's encouraging me, that's telling me to go after it. And I love a lot of study books, like from John Bevere and Lisa Bevere and all those type of books on like studying spiritual warfare, studying yourself, or understanding how you can go after your race stronger with God, like deep books like that. Love those kind of books. And then not so much self-help books, but encouragement books. Those kind of books. Anyway, sidebar, find me over on Facebook, HB Book Club. Read with me. I pick 12 books out for the year, and we read together, and I do a review at the end of the month. So jump on. We're reading Shauna Niequist right now, The Cold Tangerine. I love to speak and write. Am I a good writer? Absolutely not. I stink. Have the worst grammar, have the worst pronunciation, but that's okay because God still has called me to it. And I love it, and I love everybody out there that has helped me, and I'm excited on the people that are going to help me in the future. I also decorate seasonally and clean homes and organize homes. That is my side job as I'm pursuing HB Ministries. Lots of people ask me that. So yes, I do work. My side job is home management by design. I work with my partner, Beth Mishney. We have some really nice, awesome clients that have not went anywhere in the last 4 years. We have new clients. We have clients that just need us seasonally to decorate. Maybe it's graduation parties. Maybe it's a move-in or a move-out, or a staging a house for a sale. Whatever it is, that's what we do. And I love to decorate. You need somebody to put your tree up or whatever at Christmas and you're busy, you can call me if we live close. I did write a book and published my book through Zondervan. It's called Run. Here you go. And it has all the studies right on here. So if you're looking for a study to do in your church home with your group of ladies, or bring that Bible study to your house, check out Run. Working on a second book right now. Yes, I am. I'm hoping to have that out. Moving a little slow on it, but it's going. I love to snowboard. My knees have gotten a little bit weaker in the last couple years, but I love to snowboard. It's one thing that I learned, and I'm so proud of myself that I can do that. And I've snowboarded up in Colorado in some of the biggest mountains, and I'm proud of myself. Oh, just had to tell you. I ran a marathon, the Chicago Marathon. I'm really excited about that. If you asked me if I could run now, maybe 2 miles, maybe 2 miles. Still like to run, but I'm more of a walker now. I enjoy walking and listening to podcasts. Number 2, I've always struggled with my weight. Always. I can go down 20 pounds in 6 months like that, and people are like, holy cow, you look amazing. And I can gain 20 pounds just like that. It's all, I like to eat. What can I say? When I stop counting my calories and I stop my daily routine of working out, it just comes on just like that. So all you skinny girls that can eat and not work out, I envy you. And we should not envy anyone. But I do. I eat one hamburger and I'm like, did you gain weight? So yeah, I struggled with my weight. Also, recently in the last couple of years, I've struggled with anxiety. It's hormonal anxiety, but yes, and my anxiety side effects are shortness of breath, feeling overwhelmed like an elephant is on my chest. I meet with my doctor regularly and I'm being taken care of. I do breathing now, getting into just focused breathing in the morning. I don't necessarily enjoy yoga per se, but I do love centering my mind and just getting my breathing under control and not focusing. My anxiety, I focus on my breathing too much that I actually feel like I'm not breathing. And I feel like I'm short of breath a lot. And so that's due hormonally, and it changes all through my monthly calendar. But interesting. And yes, perimenopause is very interesting. I have videos also on here. I had quite a crash in 2017. Literally had so many panic attacks I couldn't drive my car. I have those videos also, and my healing. That is it. If you have any more questions for me, leave me a question. I will answer it and tie it into my testimony. I'm going to be doing a testimony video this week, and that's a little bit of how I found God, what happened in my life, what happened in my marriage, what kind of garbage in my past was I hiding from everybody around me, which was just keeping me so in such a state of I just didn't know how to be real. I did not know how to be real because I thought I was hiding this ugly sin and that God would never love me. And so that's a little bit about my testimony too. And it's pretty powerful. It's all in my run book too, but I'm gonna just share it verbally and just, be vulnerable and talk to you about that. That way you understand why I have such a passion for devotions and helping you in your faith walk, in your adventure of faith. So any questions you have, leave them, talk to me. Let's start a community. This is what this channel is about. And so I'm your friend. You're my friend, and we are gonna do life together. So thank you for all the new subscribers. If you're new today, subscribe to my channel, check out the other videos. Let me know what you would like to hear more of. Thanks for hanging out with me today, and I will see you in the testimony video coming up. Take care, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.